What's up? Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, come on, computer. You are absolutely... Yay! What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Arguably, the stream would have been better without the camera on. Thanks for joining me. Monday night things, Q&A, and FPV cycle glide work. We're gonna put lube on the glide. I'm gonna lube up my glide. Yeah, we're gonna lube up the glide. And we're gonna do some more work on the ESC and the flight controller swap. And I'm going to answer your guys' questions, so leave them in the chat. Type CiottiFPV into the chat so that it lights up in orange so that I know that you're talking to me. Whack FPV, I'm going to assume that he's talking to the rest of you guys in the chat. But FPV Trucker, I'm going to assume that he's talking to me because he typed CiottiFPV. Don't put a space in between it or else it won't work. That's how it goes. Or you can do a super chat if you want to also support me. CiottiFPV.com doesn't work on my computer right now, but it will work for you guys. It's got all the different ways that you can support me. Patreon helps me out the most. Speaking of Patreon, all of you patrons have a sneak peek at the best of the... wow, man, the internet is a real shit show today. There's all kinds of nonsense going on the internet right now. But yeah, over on Patreon, there is a... Come on, man. God damn. Can anything work ever? There's a sneak peek. Oh, and now the keystrokes are down from OBS. I guess that answers that question. Hang on, I gotta restart OBS. If the keystrokes are working, I'm gonna just lose my mind. Hold on, bear back. It's gonna pinwheel for a second. I gotta quit out of OBS. Alright, should be back. Let me just resize the window real quick, and there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Hey, keystrokes are working again. Patrons, you guys have a sneak peek here at, for all of the Patreon folks, they get access to a Patreon-only playlist here on YouTube with like 80-some-odd unlisted videos. Raw rips, half-finished edits, sketchy stuff, Patreon-only live streams. And today I put up the gig that I flew in Asheville. This is the battery that was the cleanest. And I just threw like a simple little chill acoustic song over it. This is going to get sound design from the editor, and it's going to absolutely come alive. But yeah, if you want a sneak peek, it's shockingly good with just like a song dropped on top. It's an almost 3-minute line, Cinewoop line. And yeah, there were 20 some odd actors, and I worked together with SOG Productions, James Christensen's company, James Christensen being the documentarian that did Flow State. And it was just awesome to work with him. And yeah, I had an absolute blast. So if you want a little sneak peek, it's going to cost you $3 whole a month. You got to join my Patreon. It's the closest thing that I have to a paycheck, and it's the only reason that I'm still doing these live streams, to be totally honest. Those of you that are on the Patreon are super, super, super generous. Speaking of, I like to try to give shout outs to the folks that have joined since the last live stream. And Mike I almost threw up. Mike Hamby FPV, welcome to the collective. And a huge patron, you might have seen his name on the opening screen, Matt McConnell, joined the highest tier. Thank you so much, Matt. Incredibly generous. Yeah, love it, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All of you guys on Patreon, thank you so much. It's a big deal. It's, yeah, it really is amazing. So, join the Patreon. There's a bunch of other stuff going on. Fiverr page, Etsy page. You'll see. Go to CiottiFPV.com, click all the buttons. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. In the chat, Jackalope FPV, Tony Hernandez. I'm sure that I missed a bunch of people because I had to restart my computer right before the stream. Frank Nicholas, Richard, Kevin Summer, Remy Tim, Dylan Merck, FPTV, Rippies, Whack FPV, FPV Trucker, Grizz FPV, Family Guyver, B-Man, Rob Axelson, Alley-Oop, B-Man again, Bob Noxious, Grizz FPV, Cool Cat, Brandon's Baked Beans, Metal Dirt Skin, June Loco, Family Guyver, Bob Noxious again, William Barlow, Quadzimoto, June Loco rather, Gamma Gonad, Cool Cat, Gem Fan Hobbies in the house, B-Man, Kevin Summer, Metal Dirt Skin, Michael Blade, William Barlow, lots of people up in here. If you want to hear the gangliest of ganglies read your name, you got to come in early and you got to say something. FPV Trucker tagged me and said, good evening. Grizz says, what it do, man? Got that Acon goodness in today, throwing it in the JB Edition QAVS. Nice, Grizz. You're going to dig it. Family Guyver says, what's up, collective? Rob Axelson says, package is on the way with the correct postage. Thanks, Rob. B-Man says, what's good? Family Guyver says, JB is trying to get CiottiFPV to post a link. I would love to have posted a link, but my computer shit the bed right at the end of his stream. Quadzimoto says, what's up, friend? Not a whole lot, brother. How about you? Michael Blade says, what's up? Scroll. William Baller says, smash that like button. Thank you, William. Brandon Woodford says, what's good? Kevin Summer says, did you blow up your camera? I did not. I just forgot to turn it back on. You have to power cycle it after you restart the computer. Live streaming is hard. Live streaming involves many very specifically timed things that you have to do in order to get everything to work right with OBS. It's a real pain in the balls, but we all deal with it. It's why live streamers have so many technical issues. Richard says, all good. Kevin Summer says, lube that ship, which grease 767A. No, yes. This is 767A Nyogel, which I put on, thus far, I've put it on my backup Cinewoop, and it definitely made a difference on there. So, I don't really have vibration problems with any of my builds, but it's like free performance. It's free vibration dampening. There's no damping, rather, not dampening. Dampening is to make something wet, you know, to dampen. Damp is to damp vibrations. It's something that used to drive me insane in motorsports, because people would say, oh, you got to turn up the dampening on your shocks. And it's like, oh, really? You got to turn up a knob that makes your shocks wet? It's damping. Damping. I don't know. Metaderskin says, the internet is a shit show. In other news, the Earth continues to revolve around the sun. It's true, but today the internet is an extra shit show, and the Earth's rotation around the sun is, you know, pretty solid. Bob Noxious says, just watched a little of that, and I was going to ask if they were actors. Regular people would be tripping that close to them. I mean, they weren't actors per se. They were just regular people, but they were regular people on rails. I did a safety meeting with everyone. When I say on rails, what I mean is that they had a path that they would move. So I always knew where they were going to be, except for the one goddamn guy that showed up late and I almost hit in the face. But other than that, yeah. Cristiano says, hello. Richard says, someone needs to test KY on a quad. That wouldn't work. I mean, maybe. Wouldn't work. What else? I gotta get some water. Hold on. Let me put this back on for a second. Should I just get copyright stricken? Nah, hold on. I'll put this on. Oh god, I hate this song. Hold on. This'll work. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get water or I'll die. Alright, enough of that. Easy. Okay. So hey, you guys are gonna have a little bit of for like 50 more, no, for 35 more minutes, you guys are gonna have a little bit of like wind noise. The laptop sits right next to the microphone, and Premiere is banging away on the laptop to make a second. So I'm exporting from Premiere a second run from basically 2 batteries later after that one that has not been run through Real Steady Go that I'm going to throw up on Patreon as well, so that you guys can get a feel for what Real Steady Go really does. It's pretty wild. It's and also it's kind of cool to see like a raw Cinewoop rip that's all planned and whatnot. So yeah, patrons, stay tuned for that. Bob Noxious says, on Rails, another question I was going to ask if they had predetermined routes. Yep, absolutely. Tiago Ramos in the house. He says, that's a good idea, just duct tape people to Rails. Nice. FPV Trucker says, after a 3-month wait, finally got my TBS Ethics Mongo. Great. Mongo. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. I'm going to call it the TBS Ethics Mongo because it looks like a Mongo. Got it all set up. It's sweet. Very cool, FPV Trucker. Cristiano says, what simulator did you recommend? I don't necessarily recommend one over the other, to be completely honest. I personally use Velocidrone because it's the lightest weight that I've found. I have a like 12, 13-year-old computer, so I need a simulator that I can turn all the graphics down on. Liftoff is also a good choice. To be completely honest, none of the simulators are really all that good or all that accurate to real life. The bulk of the work that you're doing in the simulator is just training the stick motions. You're never going to be able to train like the majority of flying, which is like judgment and like judging how far when you throw something into the air that it's going to travel and whatnot. So yeah, just close your eyes and point to a simulator and it's going to be just as good as any of the others. And yeah, just put a ton of time in on it because they're incredibly valuable. GrizzFPV with a $50 super chat. Dude, holy shit, super generous. Thank you. He says, did you see the damage I did to my Tooth Fitty 3.5? I did not, Grizz. Where am I looking for it? Where'd you post it? I want to see. How are you liking the 3.5-inch props? I'm assuming you're running those now since you said 3.5. Dan Richmond says, what GoPro settings for those night rips? My standard GoPro settings, to be honest, limit the ISO from 100 to 400. Session 5 doesn't have as much manual control as the Heroes do. So auto shutter, ISO limited 100 to 400. Lock the white balance at 5500, and that's pretty much it. There aren't really any magic settings for night stuff. The GoPros do a pretty good job. It's all about just flying the right location that has enough light. If you fly a completely blacked out location, there's nothing a GoPro is ever going to be able to do. But if you fly locations that have just enough light, which you can see, a really good example of that is my fireworks edit here on the channel. When there's no fireworks going off, it's just black and there's like a couple little pinpoints of light on the ground, but like that's it. And that was actually with a Hero 8, which has a bigger, more sensitive sensor than the although the sensitivity of the sensor doesn't really make sense because I always limit it to 400 ISO, a max of 400 ISO. But yeah, it's about picking the right time and the right place to fly rather than some magical settings. All that being said, limiting the ISO to a maximum of 400 makes sure that the GoPro doesn't try to expose nighttime as neutral gray, which is what all cameras are going to try to do. By not allowing it to go over 400 ISO, it forces nighttime to look like nighttime. And it also forces the camera to not go up 800, 1600 ISO where there's a lot of noise and it looks like absolute hell. So yeah, I mean, the first thing I do when I get a GoPro out of the box is these same exact settings. ISO max 400, shutter auto, 5500K, white balance, and that's pretty much it. Like that's pretty much what I run top to bottom. on the GoPros. And then if it's too bright for that, you run an ND filter. But Civil Twilight, Golden Hour, Blue Hour, into dusk, those settings work really, really well. Thanks again, Grizz. God damn, bro. Bob Noxious says, thanks, you're certainly welcome. Metal Dirtson says, Mongo only pawn in Game of Life. Grizz FPV says, loving the props, and on Instagram I tagged you. Ah, very cool. I haven't been able to get on Instagram all day. Is it back up? Hey, Instagram is back up. Very cool. Let me take a look here. Let's look at Grizz's destruction. Everybody always likes destruction, right? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, I'm looking in the wrong spot, aren't I? Oh, what's this? Kitten, you're being really just intolerable lately. Swipe for some swipe. Why is he saying to swipe? Hold on. Swipe. Oh, this is him. Oh. Oh. No. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys this, but you can find it on Instagram if you're interested. Just gonna leave that open there because I want to look at that later. And okay, all right, come on. Let's can Instagram? Can you just? It's in. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Come on. Any. Why is it not? What? Why? People in California wanting to hire me? What? Grizz, I'm not seeing it in my messages for some reason. Let me just search for Grizz. Oh, that's not. Grizz, did you know that there's another Grizz FPV on Instagram? That sucks. JT Custom Knives says, considering 3.5 inch on 250, but also looking at the AOS 3.5 as an option. Yeah, I don't know which. That's an interesting comparison. Gem Fan Hobby. No. T-Bird in the house. What's up, brother? Grizz FPV says, no, I didn't know that. Yeah, look, this is the imposter Grizz. Nothing works. Why does nothing work? Today's been a rough technology day. All right. Let's start working on this. Let's start working on this rig. What do you guys say? Let's start lubing this rig up, boys and girls. Drop any questions you've got in the chat. I am all caught up. We are going to get some work done here. Hey, Harry, I'm going to attack you with a shovel. Frank Nicholas says, I've had 0 technology issues today, rubbing in the fact that he doesn't use Facebook and Instagram. Unfortunately, a lot of us have to use it for marketing, so we're forced to deal with it. But I actually really like Facebook and Instagram, to be completely honest. It really helps me keep track of a lot of friends, and a lot of you guys talk to me on there, and I think that they're wonderful platforms, if I'm totally honest. Oh, speaking of Frank, this is a, pretend like it's closed. This is a mystery box that showed up from Get FPV today. Frank Nicholas ordered me this from Get FPV. Much appreciated, brother. This is a bench power supply. Very, very cool. Next time I'm trying to troubleshoot, like we were doing the other day when I was using the that little battery and the USB cable to get 5 volt. Next time I have to do that, I'll be able to use this, which is super awesome. Much appreciated, Frank. I'm gonna put this guy in. I got a little cube over there that I can put this guy in, and then next time that I need a constant supply of specific voltage power, I can use this thing instead of the little battery with the wire setup that I usually use. So super, super, super awesome. Thanks so much, Frank. Very, very cool of you. Oh, hell yeah. I love it. You guys are the goddamn best. And a little banana plug to XT60, which is rad. I love it. This goes to you guys with giveaways. Let me get caught back up on chat. Looks like chat just kind of exploded. Grizz FPV says, I shared it with you in Facebook Messenger. Awesome, Grizz. Let me get on there and take a quick look. Alright. Come on, internet. Grizz says, one hell of an impact. Broke the camera cage off, ripped the Vista wire. AIO is good. That's a miracle. Motors are good, and another arm. Axis flying motors for the win. Jesus. Wow. That's a big one. Wow. Which arm broke, Grizz? Arms look okay to me. Wow. How the hell did the camera cage get out? It doesn't look like it broke the top or the bottom plate. Wow. How the hell did that camera cage get out of there? That's I'm impressed, dude. I'm impressed. Jesus. What the hell happened? Like, what do you think happened? Like, did you bang a pole or, tell us, the people need to know. The people need to know. Xenakis FPV is in the house of FPV Exchange. If you're not using FPV Exchange, I'm going to attack you physically. Get over there. It's one of the greatest websites that we have access to for FPV. Sell your old stuff the easy way and the safe way over on FPV Exchange. And you can also use FPV Exchange to try to figure out if anybody has anything in stock right now. So yeah, use it. Brimstone FPV says, you recently spoke of what B9T, what it would be like to find out someone made a different decision based on a quick call or involvement. What? Recently spoke of what it would be like to find out someone made a different decision based on a quick call or involvement. And then Brimstone says, letting you know, thank you. It would be like to find out someone made a... Brimstone, I apologize. I can't make hide nor hair of what you mean. But feel free to tag me again and give me a little bit more detail, because I'm intrigued. Frank says you must open it. It's 1/3 the size of the box. Ooh, very cool. I was gonna leave it in a box until I used it, but let's open it up and take a look. Or let's struggle like a donkey. Oh, come on. Ah! Alright, I got it. I got it. Damn, Grizz. What'd that 250 do to you, man? Jesus Christ on a cracker. Oh, wow, it is small. Jesus. Very cool. Man, ToolKit makes some good-looking stuff. I've not had a ton of luck with the with my ToolKit M6D charger. I shouldn't say that. The screen didn't hold up. The screen exploded fairly quickly, which was kind of a bummer. Not the end of the world though. It's just kind of annoying. The right side of the screen, you can't see anything on it. Very, very cool. Dude, this is awesome. Thanks, Frank. This is going to come in super handy. Next time I'm on a deep troubleshoot. I'm curious, so has anybody watched that troubleshoot stream and had any, like, brilliant ideas? Like, I'm really hoping that somebody watches that stream and goes, yo, you forgot to check this. And then that ends up being the answer as to what the hell was going on. But I don't know. I was hoping that you guys would be smarter than me. This is actually really good. I can put this little banana to XT60 in here. Damn, that's really small. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. Love it. Thank you, Frank. Very nice of you. Very, very generous. You guys are amazing. All right. Good looking box. Way to go, ToolKit. Good artwork. Nice and clean. Rad. Eef. Ooh, shikaka. All right. Dan Richmond says, can use that power supply instead of a smoke stopper too. You can set the max amps allowed. Ooh, that's pretty slick. But does the power supply have an on-off button? Because the Wi-Fi V2 does! I swear to God, guys, if you don't have a Wi-Fi V2, buy one. This is the most important tool in all of FPV. It's got an on-off button. That's all you need to know about it. No, it's the only smoke stopper that really works. The on-off button is just super cool. Yeah, you just want it. Just get it. FPV Trucker says, why, when I brought up a bench power supply the other day, you shit on my suggestion? I mean, I didn't, like, I would not have bought this. I was totally, I'm totally fine. So I keep my little workbench area super, like, lean, to use a word in corporate America. But, like, pared down, mainly because I just don't have any space. Like, this desk is just completely filled with shit, and I just really don't have the space. So I try to use, like, for example, right, I don't have a heat gun because they're huge, and this works just as good. And if this doesn't work, then this works, right? So for me, like, I just keep it really tight. And yeah, I don't really have a spot for it, which is why it's gonna live over there on the cube. Also, I don't necessarily, like, the other day when we were on that troubleshoot, that was kind of like the first time in recent memory that, nah, I guess about a year ago. I guess about a year ago is when I made that USB cable to get the 5 volt. So yeah, I'm totally fine using the little battery with the USB wire thing. I mean, basically, I guess the answer to your question is I'm always fine half-assing shit and, like, not spending any money ever. That's just sort of how I've lived my life for a long time, because I've been broke for a long time. So yeah, when you guys were suggesting the bench power supply, I didn't mean to shit on your suggestions. That's not, but it's more just me justifying why I'm not going to spend money on something like that kind of thing, you know? Because I have other ways to accomplish it, right? So yeah, but I apologize if you felt like I shit on your suggestion. That was absolutely not my intent. But you know, when you guys have a suggestion, then and like I try to not shit on your guys' suggestions by explaining, like, instead of just saying no, by saying basically what I just said. So yeah, but it sounds like I might not have done a great job. So I'll try better next time. I apologize, FPV Tracker. Grizz FPV says it broke the cage and number 2 near the motor. Okay, so if it broke, so you must have hit, man. So that's right front. Sorry guys. So that's right front. So this is number 2. Grizz is saying that it broke near the motor. So I'm thinking maybe he hit the end of the arm. You can see the prop has a ding in it. So I'm thinking maybe he hit the end of the arm, and that gave it enough torque to break it here. And then, in theory, that then started it. When you hit the end of the arm, that then started it spinning. I guess that was wow. I mean, so either that torqued it into a spin so hard that the camera cage ripped out, or whatever he hit, maybe it hit the end of the arm and then it came in and hit the camera cage to knock the camera cage out. I'm just staggered that camera cage came off there. I mean, it's man. I hate to say it, but this is another reason that I don't like vertical carbon. I don't like camera cages. Because that if this was a vertical standoff rig without the vertical carbon, it wouldn't have ripped the camera out like this. I mean, the whole thing might have caught on fire, but because this was obviously one hell of a collision. What did you hit, Grizz? Did you hit like the ground? Did you hit a pole? Did you hit what did it smack into? B-Man says that's some Ciotti level crashing right there. Yeah, for sure. This absolutely looks like one of my crashes. Grizz FPV says full throttle into a tree branch. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So the tree branch is like this, and then it either hit and rotated. But what I'll bet happened is that it hit the tree branch and then it pulled it in. Like these are the front arms of the quad. I'm willing to bet that it hit and then pulled the tree branch into the cage and like kind of like chiseled the cage out of there, I guess. Whoo! That's a good one, bro. That's a good one, Grizz. Send that to Tommy. He'll love it. Chris Croft says, easy answer, no one has stock. Yeah. Brimstone FPV says, it's Nation Month. It's Nation Month. It's Nation Month. Nation? What month is it? What do I type into Google? What month? It's Nation Month. No, I don't know what to search on YouTube. It's Nation Month? Hit me one more time, Brimstone. I'm not sure what Nation Month is referring to. Frank says, I use it for quad power, soldering iron, USB charging, etc. Ooh, USB charging. Very cool. I did notice that it had that USB 3 or whatever the hell it's called port in the front. That's awesome. Soldering iron, that's very cool. I could use it to, if the Weller ever dies, I could use it to power this amazing little secure D60. If you want El Cheapo, but just as good as TS100, in my opinion, this little secure D60 is the way to go. Budget FPV in the house. I swear to God, I gotta stop saying this because somebody's gonna steal the idea if I keep saying it. So I'm not gonna finish that statement. Gem Fan Hobby with a That's What She Said. Brimstone FPV says, I'm here today because of you. Thank you again. You're certainly welcome, Brimstone. That sounds a little bit mental illnessy. my absolute pleasure if it is. Speaking of, on CiottiFPV.com, if you scroll down the bottom, there is a link to FPV Therapy. This is a Facebook group that I created a little over a year ago that's just been fantastic. Whole bunch of us that struggle with mental illness stuff are in there, sharing our stories, just trying to help each other out. You know, every once in a while we'll get somebody that's like, hey, I'm having a really shit day, and a bunch of us will kind of jump in and try to help them out. So yeah, if you or anybody that you know struggle with mental illness, or if you just want to be a better human being here on planet Earth, jump on in there and learn a little bit of something. 1 in 5, 1 in 2, I don't know the statistics, nobody really knows, but a lot of people have mental illness issues more every day. So if you know, the more that you know about them, the better off you're going to be. Alternatively, if you just want to check somebody out here on YouTube, Healthy Gamer GG. I know it sounds nuts, but I kind of saved my life this year. Yeah, Healthy Gamer GG here on YouTube is amazing. It will change your life. It'll change your outlook. You will have a happier, healthier life because of Dr. K. Check it out. You're going to love it. If you don't love it, then I don't know. Move on with your day, I guess. Frank Nicholas says, yes, the PS does have an on-off button. Nice. Thank God. Tiago says, of course it has. Crisp Taters is in the house. He says, what's up? Do you remember me? Of course I remember you. Crisp Taters, aren't you the alter ego of... aren't there 2 Taters accounts? I think there's 2 Taters accounts. I forget. Oh, I got it. There's a little hair floating. Orga A says, maybe ask Bruce. He knows everything, I think. Ask Bruce what, Orga? I don't remember what we were talking about. Sorry, dude. This happens a lot. I get backed up on chat. Frank Nicholas says, I agree, Vifly V2 is the best. It most certainly is. Chris Croft says, I love that short stopper. Yeah, it's a really, really, really just, you need it. Just get it. Get it. JT Custom Knives says, I thought most LiPo chargers have a power supply feature in the menus that allows you to select voltage output. Yes, absolutely, JT Custom Knives. I don't know of any LiPo chargers that don't. Well, wait. I mean, power supply feature in the menus. Let's just select voltage output. Yes, yeah, definitely, absolutely. Frank says, I just registered. Don't you dare. Demenis says, Nation Month in China. Ah, okay. Nation Month in China. Gotcha. I still don't necessarily know what that means, but it makes a little bit more sense now. Adrian correctly saying that Dr. K is big on Twitch too. Yeah, Dr. K is actually on Twitch. Dr. K being Healthy Gamer. He's on Twitch, but I don't spend any time on Twitch. And then he just re-uploads everything to YouTube. So I see all of his stuff on YouTube. And as far as I know, everything that he does on Twitch ends up on YouTube. So if you don't use Twitch either, you're fine. You can be like me and just use YouTube. But if you do want to catch any of his streams live and jump into the chat, then yeah, you're going to have to do that on Twitch because that's the platform that he streams on. Twitch actually sponsors Healthy Gamer and pays for him to work with the big Twitch streamers, which is amazing. Like, Twitch is basically offering healthcare, mental health care, but healthcare nonetheless, through Healthy Gamer, which is just amazing in like all ways. So yeah, there's some more info on Healthy Gamer. Orga A says, meant about the Acon ESC and the problem no one could figure out. If anyone can, I guess it's Bruce. Gotcha, Orga. If he can figure it out, yeah. I know that Joshua couldn't figure it out, and I would guess that Joshua would know better than Bruce, but I mean, it's such a weird issue with the that I don't think anybody's gonna be able to figure it out, to be honest. But sometimes shit's just broken, you know? Sometimes shit just don't be working. Tiago says, did I mention today that he's looking for more people for his coaching program? I did see that. I wish that I had the time. I would love to pursue that a little bit. But yeah, it's just not the time. It's right now. Maybe next year I can look into that. But yeah, the Healthy Gamer coaching program is really amazing. The success and some of the, yeah, it's just really, I mean, they're saving people's lives, like literally, and it's a really, really big deal. They might not necessarily save your life, but they're certainly going to make you understand your brain a little bit better, and that's a big deal. Brimstone FPV says, National Suicide Prevention Month. Sorry for the typos, small phone screen, lol. But you said something other that changed things for me, and it prevented a bad decision. Jesus, Brimstone. Okay. Well, fuck. I'm honored that something that I said had that effect on you, man. Definitely join FPV therapy. There's lots of other courageous bastards in there that are struggling but doing what it takes to stay with it each and every day. I think last month was National Suicide Prevention Month here in the U.S. I don't know if a bunch of you guys were talking about China. I don't know if maybe it's different in China. But yeah, here in the U.S., I think September is National Suicide. Or no, I guess September is... Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look. Oh, well, it's a... Apparently it's a week. It's from September 5th to September 11th. Oh, but then it's also a month. September is National Suicide Prevention. Okay. National Suicide Prevention Week. Okay, got it. And then World Suicide Prevention Day is September 10th. None of this matters. Every day should be National Suicide Prevention Day. It's not the way. Those of us that struggle with mental illness shit, namely depression, our brains do this thing where they do a really good job at convincing us that it's the only way out. And that ain't the truth. The most important thing for you guys to understand about suicide is that in the brain of the depressed person, there's only usually a 5 to 10 minute window when they're actually willing to, when they're actually driven enough to do that thing. And if you ever see anybody you think might be in that moment, your only job is to get them through that 10-minute window. That's it. Just do whatever it takes. I don't care if they're saying things that piss you off. Nothing else matters. All you need to do as a human being on this earth is just keep them talking and just get them through the next 10 minutes of their life. And more often than not, like way more often than not, if you get them through that next 10 minutes, they will live. Their brain will, the spiral in their brain that has gone all the way down, as dark and deep as it can go, they will snap out of that, and it's probably not going to be the last time that happens, but you will have saved that person's life, very literally. I cannot stress this enough. Suicidal ideations that get so bad that you're actually going to act on them, it's a very, very brief little window. And it's all of our responsibilities, if we ever see that happening, to try our best to just talk to that person, just do whatever it takes to not let that person do a very permanent thing. So yeah, not to go super dark 50 minutes into the stream, but this is real life. A lot of people in FPV are not neurotypical. So it's something that comes up a lot for us in this community. So take it seriously. If you're lucky enough not to have that, not to have a chemical imbalance in your brain, not to have PTSD, past trauma, all the different things that cause mental illness issues, that's rad, and I'm very happy for you. But just understand that many, many, many people do. And it's kind of your responsibility, not having to deal with that, to be a little bit educated to help those of us out that struggle all the time with it. So do it, and you'll feel better about yourself, and you'll be a better human here on Earth. And that's all that matters, right? Metal Notes Kid with a $10, 10-cent super chat. He says, World Mental Health Day is coming up on October 10th. Very cool, Metal. Good find on that one. Brimstone, again, very, very glad to still have you, brother. Yeah, unfortunately, I've been there a couple times. So, yeah, Healthy Gamer, Talk Therapy. I mean, you already know all this, but I'll put it in these terms. What has worked for me has been Healthy Gamer, Talk Therapy, exercise, daily exercise, meditation. Meditation is no longer a daily practice for me. It was for many, many months when I was really struggling. Daily exercise is... last year when the pandemic hit, I worked for a company that offered healthcare solutions. All of our clients left us. 60-something% of the company that I worked for got laid off. I was in that. I had been on meds for give or take 3 years. I then lost my health insurance and couldn't afford the beds because I was trying to get this thing off the ground here. Hold on, I gotta turn this fan on. It is fucking boiling in here. When I got laid off, I lost my health insurance and I had to come off of the medication. I gradually came off of it, but coming off of it is something that fucks you up for many, many, many months. And what I can tell you, this is not at all, like, if you're on medication, stay on the medication. Do not come off of the medication unless your psychologist, psychiatrist, talk therapist, whatever you got going on, tells you to and works with you on that. I didn't have that luxury. I forcibly had to come off of the meds. What I can tell you about daily exercise is that it does more good for me than the meds ever did. What the meds will do, though, is get you to a point that you can start doing daily exercise, right? Like, meds can basically save your life and keep you driving forward. So they're really, 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 really important. I really wish that I'd stayed on them, but that wasn't my path. Life prevented that from happening. So yeah, I would love to have stayed on the meds and added daily exercise, because then I'd have a whole shitload of serotonin. But yeah, these are the things that worked for me. To be really honest, like, you just got to do something, like, every day. Like, right now, you got to do something. Like, you did something last week, something that I said triggered in your head, and you went with it. And that's huge. Well, now you got to, I mean, like, you did the hard work on that day. Now you got to do the hard work again today. And then you got to do the hard work again tomorrow. And you got to do it again the next day. And you don't have to do all the things. You don't have to meditate, do yoga, watch Dr. K, go to talk therapy. You don't have to do all the things all the time, but you got to do something. You got to do something. And, like, when you think about it, you, like, just jump on it. If you're anything like me, just do it. Just, like, when you have that moment at, like, 2:34 p.m., when your brain is like, oh, I should do something, do it right then. Like, just go. Just take 20 minutes out and sit in the darkness. Like, run around, do a bunch of push-ups, do a bunch of pull-ups, anything. Just do anything. That's been 100% the key for me, is just do something. every single time that I think about it, just do something. And as you do something, it's going to like when you do something, it's going to have a positive benefit. Not immediately, but like in an hour, that night, the next day, like there's going to be a positive impact. And then that's what's going to drive you to do something again, and then do something again, and do something again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And that's it, man. Like that's it. That's how to live a better life. That's how to have more motivation. That's how to get through mental illness, and just live a better life. So just do it. Do it, do it, do it. You got this, brother. Metal Dirksen, thanks again for the generosity. Frank Nicholas says, budget already registered. It sucks. I'll get it when it expires, I guess. Brimstone FPV says, building a glide will carry a Hero 7 Cricket 20x20 stack Vista T-Motor F60 Pro 4s, but they're 1950. Wondering if they're too much. Not at all, Brimstone. As long as you build it, so you've got a Cricket stack, that might mean that you're maybe thinking about doing Flight 1. I would definitely suggest you not do that. Flight 1 is the kind of the worst of the flight softwares. Put that thing onto beta flight, and then you can use the motor limiting in the PID tab to bring the power down a little bit. 1950 kV is a lot. Like that's at 100%, that's gonna really make a shitload of power. So yeah, use the motor limiting. It's right below the PIDs in the PID tab. It's going to be defaulted to 100%. You can also get to it through the OSD in miscellaneous PP under profile, and bring it down to, like, to be honest, like 80%. Try it at like 80%, and if it doesn't have enough power, kick it up to 85%. It's one of the greatest things that we have access to is motor limiting in beta flight. It's amazing. Matthew Vega says, I don't have mental health issues that I know of, but Dr. K has been very helpful during some trying times. Hoping he helps me understand my gamer offspring better than I would otherwise. Oh, yeah. Matthew, Mr. Kanoja over there, Dr. K, he will absolutely help you out with that, man. Absolutely. Also, check out his what's it even called? Hold on, it's on the laptop. He did a huge video series with all these modules that is absolutely amazing. It's just the guide. It's Dr. K's guide. Check out Dr. K's guide. It's like $35. It's incredible. Yeah, it's his guide to mental health. It's nuts. It's got 28 plus 28 plus 26. I don't know. It's got a million modules, a shitload of content. It's really good. Check it out. Zanaka says, true that, 1000%. If you feel that you can stop taking the meds, that means they are working. Yeah, that's true. That's a cool way of thinking about it, Nevin. I like that a lot, actually. GemFan says, I don't know if you know, but CiottiFPV has an awesome tuning and help service, and you can get such services at CiottiFPV.com. Also, I'm not going to say it out loud. JT Custom Knives says, I was clueless about the mental health issues for a long time. My wife, who is my whole world, has PTSD bad from an ex trying to strangle her on 9/11. Jesus. With loving support, she is great now. Yeah, it's a real deal. And it doesn't have to be a chemical imbalance. Some of us have that, but it can absolutely just be trauma. Trauma and PTSD can absolutely trigger it. And it's scary. You just... I see you. No, Mike, no. All right, let's... I have shirked my building responsibilities for long enough. Why is this camera all twisted again? Hold on. This camera mount got all kinds of angry. And I'm gonna fix it. Hold on. Why is this... There we go, hold on. Try to decrease the amount of crotch and balls that I show you guys on this camera. There we go. That's close enough. Nice, Brimstone. Glad that FPV can help you, man. Love that. Okay, so on this, this is the Basher Glide. This is always the first freestyle rig that goes up in the air and gets the absolute hell beaten out of it. The reason that I'm doing the night, I was just going to throw the ESC and the flight controller in, but I'm going from a 20x20 ESC to a 30x30 ESC, and my mounting hardware is all set up for 20x20. So that made me realize that I need to move that mounting hardware, and in order to move it, I've got to pull the arms off because those screws are in here. They're between the base plate and the X plate. So yeah, I have to pull the entire X plate off to get the hardware out, and then to put the new 30x30 hardware in. So since I'm pulling the X plate off, I'm gonna have access to where the arms meet the base plate, and so yeah, there's no reason to not lube it up. So let's get our lube on, friends. We're gonna start with some Astroglide, then we're gonna move over to some petroleum jelly, then we're gonna go to I don't know any other sex lube names. Not that petroleum jelly is, but I think Astroglide is the only sex joke I can make here. Hopefully it made somebody giggle, since, you know, you guys are all 8-year-olds like me. 8 years old for life. Do not grow up, people. It sucks. As most of you know. Most of you are older than me. Ah, shit. Okay, I gotta be careful with the other one. I've got a microphone zip tied to the one standoff. I gotta make sure I don't just crank that standoff off, because I'll jack up the microphone. First step, jack up your car. I'm just gonna remove. No, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it right now so I don't forget. Let me just pinch this standoff on the other side, hold it in place to make sure it doesn't rotate, and we'll just zip this guy. Actually, I don't need to be using this one. I can use the faster Weehas. Riot9 with a 25 Australian dollars super chat. He says, "Love ya, fucka." Thank you so much, Riot9. Very, very cool of you. Thank you for supporting the madness, my friend. And it is indeed madness up in here. Hingus! Got it. See what I mean? Metadirtson says, "This is what we have been waiting for. The schmalls!" Thanks for hanging out, Nevin. You're probably gone already. But thanks for hanging. You guys should all thank him by heading on over to FPV Exchange, getting yourself signed up, and listing some of your stuff for sale. You won't regret it. Demenis, this is my Basher Glide, FPV Cycle Glide Frame, T-Motor F40 Pro 2s. At some point, this is going to go to Pro 4s. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll put... Oh, no. This is going to move over to Axis Power 2306s. Why is this fighting me so much? Get the... Come on, man. Carbon fiber all over me. What the hell was that? Oh, no, we're good. I'm going to use the big fella here. And yeah, we're going to be lubing up the arms with some Nyogel 767A? 767A, look at that. See, I know some things. Alright, so let's clean this shit off a little bit. The Nyogel is really sticky. I don't really understand how it's as sticky as it is, but, you know, what do I know? Feel free to drop those questions in the chat. This is a Q&A stream. What's up, Doom? How are you? Yeah, this is a Q&A stream at heart. I will sit in front of the camera and just answer questions the entire time, but when the questions run out, I'll usually come over here and do some work on the bench. Is there any reason for me to keep track of which arm goes where? Not really. Right? No. No reason. Okay. So yeah, let me just try to clean off the mating surfaces that are going to be touching between the arms and the base plate here. I don't know if that matters for the Nyogel to work well, but I mean, you know, clean things are always good, right? That's what she said. Did she? Did she say that? I don't know. Madness, right? 9 says. Okay. So, let me also not forget to switch the hardware to the 30 by 30 holes. I actually need to change the hardware because I used M2 hardware for the 20 by 20 mounting. And I need to use M3 hardware for the 30 by 30 mounting. So let's get that going here first before I forget, and I just knocked shit everywhere. That's not going well. Let me just move this shit out of the way a little bit here. Okay. So let's see if I can just kick this stuff out of here. Nah, I'm gonna need a little fire action. I think I can probably use the Weeha though. Let's see. So I've got a nylock on the bottom of this guy. Let's get this knocked out. Metal Dirt's gonna say yes, unless you're planning on rechecking motor orientation in BL Heli. I don't know about that. Usually I have 4 of the same motor, so usually as long as you're running the same motor, they use the same wiring between the motor wires and the stator. So I don't think that should matter. I could totally be wrong though. But my understanding was that, and in my experience, like swapping a lot of stators on and off, I've never had to do that. I've never swapped on and off the same motor and had to go to BL Heli to reverse the rotation. I've only ever had that when I've switched from like an Emax Eco motor to a T-Motor F40 Pro 2, for example. You know what I mean? But stranger things have happened. I mean, there are different runs of motors, and I guess the motor manufacturers could change the way that they wire up the motor wires to the stator in between runs at some point. That's not outside of the realm of possibilities. I mean, Christ, some of these goddamn motor manufacturers completely change the design of the fucking motor. I'm looking at you, Flywheel, you sons of bitches. Halfway through the run and screw over every single person that's already bought the motors. That's not cool. Steady Eddie FPV with a $4.99 super chat. He says, I had a super exposed image for my RunCam hybrid. Turns out I had low light enhancement selected by accident. Any preferred settings that work for you? I don't really run any specific settings on the RunCam hybrid. The settings out of the box are pretty good. They don't give you a lot of manual control either, so there's really not a lot that you can do. But yeah, I resist the urge to turn on anything. Like, make sure you also turn off EIS. That's electronic image stabilization. It does not work well at all. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I just kind of like leave the RunCam hybrid somewhat alone. The settings are pretty good. And like I said, I don't really think that they give you many options. in terms of manual control. I mean, camera settings though for us in FPV are pretty straightforward. Like, if possible, keep the ISO between 100 and 400. Put the sharpening on like medium or low. Lock the white balance to like daylight or 5500. In my opinion, don't lock the shutter, because if you lock the shutter, you're going to go under a dark tree and it's going to go totally black, and then you're going to come out and it's going to be properly exposed, and that, I just don't like the way that looks. Yeah, the problem that we have is that we fly into darkness, we fly into full sun, we're flying at different times of day, we're thinking about flying rather than thinking about camera settings. So yeah, I mean, for me, I just try to fly in good light. That's really sort of my secret, I guess you could say, is to fly when the light is good, which means trying to fly in golden hour. The RunCam Hybrid doesn't love the tail end of golden hour, but it loves the beginning of golden hour. So yeah, I mean, the best thing you can do, I think, is going to be just to kind of like pay as much attention as possible when you're reviewing your footage to like what time it was, how does it look, and then just kind of make a mental note. Or I mean, if you really want to be an overachiever, get like a little notebook, get like a little camera settings notebook. There's a lot of carbon on this. I'm going to just rub it on the carpet real quick here to clean it up a little bit. And then yeah, as you fly more and more, just keep paying attention to that shit, and you'll figure out like what your specific HD cam's favorite time of day is. And you'll also just sort of learn, like you'll just sort of teach yourself exposure and all that good stuff. I'm lucky enough to have a degree in communications, TV, radio, where I learned a lot of this shit in a classroom in the late 1900s. And but I most of you guys did not have that luxury. I then spent like 15 years doing still photography. Again, most of you guys haven't had that path. So, and I know that camera settings and shit like that can be very, very daunting, very intimidating, very confusing. And I know it's really easy for me to say this, but it's not as confusing as you think. There's really no like black magic to it. It's just a couple of sort of simple settings, and then fly at the right time of day, if possible. And that's kind of it, I think. Metal Dixon says, you're probably right, but while thinking about it, have you tried the 32.82 BLHeli 32 test code yet? I have not. I just put everything back to 32.7 because that last time I looked, that 32.82 test code was like kind of prototypey, and that shit freaks me out a little bit. So yeah. Kevin Sumner says, have you felt the FPV Cycle 23mm flat motors? I have, yeah, I have a set here. I'm putting some of my new Cinespool right now, Butter Smooth. Yeah, they're really good. I have a set that I'm going to be selling at some point. But for right now, I'm just kind of holding on to them. Alright, let's get lubed up. I'm going to put this lube, well, you know what? Let's put it on the arms. Yeah, let's put it on the arms. That way, it only goes where it needs to be. So I'm going to put it on the arms, and then I'm going to put the arms in here, and then I'm going to put the X plate on with the outer arm bolts. So let's lube up our arms, friends. Look how thick this shit is, right? Like I'm really squeezing that hard. It's super thick, man. This is some thick ass lube, friends. Thick lube is thick. That's probably why it works, is because it's nice and thick, so it makes a nice thick surface. Take a shot every time I say thick in reference to this lube tonight. You'll die. Alright, so there we go. We got it on the bottom. Now we're going to get it on top. Jesus Christ, I'm a cracker. Alright, so now we're going to get it up here. And nice little thin layer of it. Might as well get it here where the arms meet. Maybe that'll help. I mean, I assume that you only need like a super thin layer because you're gonna crank these things down, and that's gonna pull them in against other pieces of carbon really tight. I can't imagine that you really need to put this shit on thick. If you did put it on thick, I mean, in theory, it should just squeeze it all out when you crank the nuts down. You know what I mean? All I read from Frank's comment was that it's high pressure lube. Alright, so yeah, this is what it looks like when you put Nyogel on. I did read just today, actually, that Kebab's got some lube coming out that works even better than this soon, which is kind of cool. Hopefully it doesn't work like way better. No, not true. Hopefully it does work way better. I was about to say hopefully it doesn't work way better because then I'm going to have to clean all this off and put that on. But no, yeah, hopefully it does work way better. I doubt that I'll ever clean this lube off. I'll just wait until I break an arm, and then when I swap the arm, I'll put the new lube on. Or maybe I won't put the lube on at all because, like I said earlier, I don't have vibration problems with the glide frame. I don't run a super jacked up PID tune, but that's on purpose. Because even with a frame that handles vibrations really well, in my experience and in my opinion, cranking your PID tune way the hell up doesn't really get you much benefit, but if you bend a motor or a propeller and you're like real far from home or you're flying somewhere unrecoverable, you're doomed. Alright, so I have okay, I have to clean my finger off. I can't do anything without the use of my index finger right now. So, hold on. That's what she said. Alright. Here we go. So, we're going to put this hardware in, and then we're going to put this on. And then we're going to put this through the arms, I should say. And then I won't have troll herpes when I'm trying to put these arms on. Hey, look at me go. I'm a smart person. Not really. Oh my God, what has happened? Okay, there we go. Here we go. We got this. Hold on, we got this. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Yes, it is. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Everything's fine. So I just gotta make sure I don't pinch these motor wires because they're really close to this base plate. So, okay. There, that's all I needed. I just needed to get like one thread of engagement, and we are now good to go. Okay. Cool. Next two arms. Here's one. All right. This is actually a gloss arm here. This is a very rare, old school glossy glide arm. Not many of these left in existence. If any. Christ, that might be the only one. Angus! Angus! A little bit of lube. So this is how much I'm putting on each arm end. Just a little bit. This Logitech camera is a huge piece of shit, so it's never gonna cooperate and focus, but I think you guys might have seen it. Just a little bit. It's like just enough to spread around. You can see it when you spread it around. It's immediately obvious if you've missed a spot. Okay. So we're gonna sneak this guy in, and I'm just gonna drop one of these little fellas down and through there, and just give it a couple little rotations. Good to go. One more. Good God. Who would have ever thunk that a grease would reduce vibrations in a flying robot quadcopter? What a world to be alive in. I know Chris said to put this on the screws as well, but I ain't fucking doing that. I'm not putting it on the screws. That's kind of silly. I mean, some of it, when you spread it around, a bunch of it gets in the screw holes anyway, so in theory, it's probably doing what he wants it to do anyway. But I'm not gonna like slap it on the screws. That's kind of silly. That's kind of not silly. That's just sort of too much of a mess. I'm willing to deal with a little bit of a mess. Like, I can tell that this is going to be a nightmare. Like, I put a bunch on the bottom, and there's a bunch of the arms showing above the X plate here, and that's going to get dirty as a motherfucker. So I'm not super happy about that. You know what I could do, though? I could swap over to the V2 X plate. I think I'm going to do that. Let me see if I have an extra one. I should have an extra one. Really? Come on now. Hey! Yeah, so I'm gonna move this over to the V2 base plate, which is gonna cover up more of the bottom of the arm there. And it's gonna be less of a nightmare here. Less of a disgusting mess when I start crashing this thing into dirt and shit. Because again, this lube is very, very sticky. So let's just do this real quick. Glad that I noticed that, because come on, man, really? Why you gotta be like this? Why do things? Why just fucking be cool? Come at! Oh, great! God damn it! All right, well I have. God damn it, you fucking scumbag. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Let me wipe the lube off of this old school X plate. And then I'm going to have to dig around back behind the computer in the land of never find anything again to look for that goddamn screw. Or if I was a smart person, I would just grab another one. But I'm not. So here we go. It's going to be great television. Man looks for... Oh, it's right here. Oh my God. Very lucky. Very lucky. Frank Nicholas says personal lubricant, personal quads. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, definitely don't use KY jelly. William Barlow says, what motors do you recommend for the Mobula 6? Had one go out on me. The same ones. The best tiny whoop motors I've found are those Happy Model 0802 25,000 kVs. So, yeah, I would definitely say... Well, if that's... I'm assuming that you got the Mobula 6 with those motors. I think they also make the Mobula 6 with like 19,000 kV. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's it. Yeah, I would get rid of those and go with the 25,000 kVs. You can get 0802 25 or 24,000 kVs from tinywoop.com if you want to support Jesse. They perform pretty much identical to the Happy Model 25,000s. All right, so this is the new school, or V2, I guess we could call it, Glide X plate, which we're putting on here. Okay, so let's get this going here. Okay. Come on, man. Why you gotta do... Fucking go on, man. God damn it. Get in there. Hold on. Jesus Christ on a crutch. Okay. No, it still won't go in. Great. Now I got the fucking lube all over my goddamn hands. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is fine. Wait, this goes on this side. There we go. Get. Okay. And now we're gonna just pinch all these motor wires and have to rewire everything. Ready, go! Oh, great. The motor wires are getting the goddamn grease all over them. That's exactly what I wanted. Ooh, that one motor wire went through the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm gonna... Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of there. Get out of there, motor wires. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Get out of there! Okay. Oh! 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 I forgot to put the 30 by 30 hardware in. Oh my God, I would have been 10,000 times angrier. Whoo! Okay. Wow. I dodged a bullet on that one. I knew. Did I not call the fact that I was going to do that? Did I or did I not call that? Good Lord, Larry Johnson. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what thickness I need. That's what she said. I don't know what... Okay. Let's put this aside. Just worried about this for now. Come on, man. Get back. Okay, it's fine. Oh man, I would have lost my mind. Okay. Big bullet dodged on that one. Get out of here, 15 mil standoffs. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Just kidding. Everybody likes you. Okay. So I'm going to use... I always use 5mm... Wow, my... Do I not have any more? Hey, here's some. What is this? This is the red rig? Well, screw it. I'll use these beat-ass... Oh, man, these don't have any threads in them. What is happening? Where the hell did all my hardware go? How the hell? Bueller? Why are there plastic nuts in here? What is it? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Why are you in here? You don't belong in there. Get out of there. Oh man, it just stuck to the... Oh man, that just went inside the quad. What is this now? Why is this in here? You get out of here too. What? Why does this not have any threading? Oh, this is weird. Apparently I've run out of 5mm. No, here we go. Yay! Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Why are these in here? What is going on? Who the hell organized this toolbox? Who unorganized this toolbox is the real question. Disorganized it. Is that the right term for it? Get out of here. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. You get in there. Get off. Come on. You get in there. Okay, are we good? Not good yet. Of course not. Okay. Alright, now everything's fine. I feel way better. 3. Really? Really? There's only 3? No. Come on. No. What? Oh, here we go. Woo! There was about to be a fist fight between me and this... I don't know what this is called. Okay, I still need... So, it's a 2mm base plate. These are 5mm. That's about another 2mm. And then the press nuts are like, call it 3. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need M3 by 12s. Maybe. I'm going to go M3 by 14 to make sure that I have enough donkey. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'll just test one. I'll just put one through and test it. So this is a 14. This should be too long. Remy Tim just did first glide build. Didn't notice put the stack screws. I know. You always fuck it up the first time. I did too. I've fucked it up more than once. And God, it really turned me off from ever going to work on that frame ever again. Yeah, it's just something that you have to... I mean, I feel like all frames have something that you kind of don't realize like that. Yeah, it is very annoying to forget that. But it's worth it because it's the best frame in all the land. Wow, these are screwed on really tight. So let me just kind of balance it there, and then where the hell's that nylock nut? God damn it, come on. Where's that fucking nylock? There it is. So then there's going to be that, and then the thickness of the nylock. Yeah. I think this is it. I think it's by 14. This is the right hardware. Cool. M3 by 14 it is. So let me get 3 more. Man, I'm getting this goddamn grease all over the place. When I put it on the Cinesplore, it was just like pull the arms off, put it on there, good to go. I'm doing this kind of out of order, and I'm really paying for it at the moment. And this grease is getting all over the goddamn place. Now I understand all the people that were complaining about how messy it is. But we shall continue. We shall persevere. We shall be the victorious. Just trying to find 4 screws that are the same here. Are these the same? It's hard to tell. 10.9, 10.9, and then that one is stripped beyond recognition. Why are you in here? Go to hell. These are the stack mount screws, so I don't really care that they're only 10.9. What about this one? What are you? Well, buddy. Nope. Come on, man. I just want... I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're good. Okay. So. Let's fire these guys in here. Yeah, I'd actually mentioned that to Bob a while ago, and I think with the V2 base plate, he might have made it so that you can get the heads of the hardware through. Let's see. Nope. So basically what he told me is... Oh, the fucking screwdriver just fell and disappeared forever. Is that if he made the holes bigger on the X plate, he would then have to make the X plate like wider. So it's kind of a function over form thing. Also, once the screws are in here, they don't fall out, which is, I guess, maybe kind of nice. But yeah, the first time you build a glide frame, if you don't use a guide, you always forget to put these screws in. And I mean, shit, I almost forgot to put them in a minute ago. But it's the only like weird thing like that, I think, with the glide frame. Everything else is super straightforward. And every other frame that I've built has like at least 1 or 2 insane things about it. The glide frame has had the least like really annoying things about it. Alright, so now we're good that those screws are kind of in there. Now I can struggle with this, with the arms again, and the motor wires. And all these wires being in every goddamn direction. Wires are getting all gelled up. Okay, almost there, almost there. Come on. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. I think I can pick this up, flip it over, and the arms will all fall out, and I'll just scream bloody murder. Hey! Hey! Look at me go! Things are happening. Nothing's happening back here. No threads are being threaded. Now they are. I'm probably pinching those motor wires real bad, though. Mark my words. Alright, so that should be the hard part there. And I'm only really having trouble because I have these race wires really close to the joint between. What the fuck? Why are these screws coming through so far? What's going on here? Something thinner? What? Hold on. Why are these screws going so far through there? What the hell? Have I had the wrong length screws in this thing? Riot9 with a 15 Australian dollar super chat. He's requesting a little bit of...
諦めんなよ諦めんなお前どうしてそこでやめるんだそこでもう少し頑張ってみろよダメダメダメやめ諦めたら周りのこと思うよ応援してる人たちのこと思ってみろってあともうちょっとのところなんだから俺だってこのマイナス10度のところしじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ絶対やってみろ必ず目標達成できるだからこそ
Tim says, where am I supposed to find a guide for that frame? I thought that Bob had one on the product page, but it sounds from the context of your comment that he does not. Man, that sucks. I should probably make one of those, but I'll be damned if I have the time to do that. Oh fuck, what was that? What the hell? How in here is this? Are you kidding me? Come on, god damn it. Wow, that was really in there. Okay, let's try 2mm shorter hardware. See how that fits. I think maybe I had, maybe when I did the base plate swap on this rig, I didn't switch the hardware out. This is probably the hardware that's meant for the nylock nuts, which are taller than the press nuts. So I'm going to go from an M3x14 down to an M3x12, and I think it's going to be the right. I think that's going to be the right length. Let's give it a shot. Put it through here and see what happens. Really? The arm, you're just going to come all the way out like that? You're going to F me like that? Oh, come on. Oh, really? No, just... Sorry to anybody wearing headphones, you're now deaf for life. I'm getting a little frustrated. God, I hate working on quads. I hate this more than mayonnaise. Anybody know what I'm quoting when I quote that? Yeah, so this is the right size. Yeah, M2x12. Great! I need to, I mean, I don't need to, but I'm going to remove these all again. And swap in shorter hardware. But I can do it one at a time, which will be a lot easier. So I'm going to do the side towards me first. Just in case you were wondering, product page to double check, scroll all the way to the bottom, just to find a review left today complaining about the lack of a guide. Bob might have a guide on his FPV Cycle YouTube channel. Maybe it's just not linked. I feel like there is a guide somewhere, though. I could totally be wrong, though. 2x14. I'm sorry, M3x14, rather. Here's another M3x14. But we are going down to M3x12. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong camera. What? Why the hell is that camera on? What? When did that It hasn't been on that camera the whole time, has it? Oh boy. Oh, I put that on after Clam Man. Hey, Frank Nicholas got it. Chris Croft says we need a guide for your version of the frame setup. I mean, it's just 15 mil standoffs. Nothing really fancy. Nano camera up front, 15 mil standoffs. Tramp VTX. You don't have to use a Tramp VTX. It helps though. It fits really well. Nothing super crazy. The problem is making a frame, like a full build guide. It takes like 20 or 30 hours. It's really brutal. And I don't know. I like. Wouldn't you guys rather me spend that amount of time like working on edits? Probably not. But I certainly would. I don't know if I have a feeling that if I were to do like a full build guide, by the time I got done with it, I wouldn't edit for the next 6 months, because I would just be so burned on editing. I have a really bad time with burnout. Always have, always will. And yeah, I just have to like be careful, because it it just ruins me, man. And I don't want to let it ruin FPV for me. I've been in FPV for long enough that I really have to start worrying about burnout. So sometimes I just don't do certain things because I have a feeling that they're going to trigger that. And I don't want that. I want this to last. I want to put another, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years into this. So for the first time in my life, I'm like realizing that and actively trying to prevent it, rather than just ignoring it and no, I'll be fine. And then I quit, and everybody cries. Just kidding, nobody would cry. Can you please go in your fucking home? Come on, man. I need you to... Go in the fucking arm, you piece of shit, bitch, motherfucker, come on! Fine. Everything's fine. Oh, I hate building so much. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. This is the worst part of the hobby. Times 1,000. Fucking antenna's getting all jacked up now. First step, jack up your car. King Turkey wants the T-Rex cam. What's the T-Rex cam? Chris Croft says, what are the bolt washer things you use? I started using these when I noticed that Impulse RC uses them. They're just like little cup washers. I don't really know what to call them. A lot of the FPV stores sell them. It just kind of spreads the... it might not actually do anything, but it looks cool. And it, in theory, it spreads the load out a little bit. The heads of the screws are kind of small. They don't really weigh anything, and they look cool. And so it's kind of like, well, if they work, great. If they don't work, that's fine. Because they still look cool. If they don't work, they still look cool. You know what I mean? But I don't know. They might work. They might like spread the surface area. So these outer arm screws, I crank these things down like they owe me money. Like I absolutely hammer the hell out of these outer arm screws. That's why I use the socket headed screws, because I really crank on these things. So yeah, the little washer guys, in theory, just don't, you know, when I'm really cranking these down, they don't put all they spread the pressure out on a little bit of a wider area. Maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't. But Impulse RC puts them in with all their frames. So I thought, well, you know, Impulse RC knows what's what. Maybe they're onto something there. I'm gonna steal their idea. And then I use button heads on the inner ones because I don't crank these down nearly as hard, and I'm just saving a little bit of weight by using the button heads. Why do these look so long? It's because they are. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. So one of the things that Bob did with the new Glide Carbon is he had them undersize the holes a little bit. And that's annoying like right now, because you can't just ram the screws through. You gotta turn them in like this, because you're basically threading the carbon. I mean, I could probably just push really hard and like wallow out the carbon, but I actually kind of like the idea of it, of doing it this way and kind of threading the carbon, because in theory it's a little bit stronger this way. There's a little bit more material. It also prevents these screws from backing out, because there's just more resistance to the screw. So it's a little bit annoying like right now when you're having to screw them in, but you don't really have to do that often. So just one of those things. Glad that he did it, but annoying in this moment right now. All right, one more. Okay. And this is a MIP driver I'm using. The company is MIP. These drivers are very expensive, but they're very, very nice. These are the only drivers that you want to use on titanium hardware if you're going to go down that road. I do not recommend titanium hardware on 5-inch rigs, but on micros it seems to be fine, and you do save weight. You will absolutely save 1 or 2 or 3 grams swapping over to TI hardware, which is kind of cool. All right, whew. Right arm's getting tired. There's a bunch of bullshit that I found in there. Move that out of the way. Let me just wipe this mat off one more time. All right. Cool. Let's get these standoffs put on there. I thought I made a horrible mistake, but I didn't. Where did those standoffs go? Here they are. So this one is going to be the microphone stand. That's not the right one. This is where it goes. Another one. Good. Drop it. Great. Alright. And one in front of the VTX. And then the final one here, I'm going to have to back this screw out actually because the thing is soldered up. Oh, you know, I'm going to have to... Oh, balls. So these little... Why did I make these so short? These are probably going to be too short. Unless there just happens to be a 5-volt pad really close to this standoff. God damn it. Well, I'll throw it on and then I'll deal with it after. I made the power leads for this mic extremely short, which was a really stupid move. That's I know better than to do that, but yeah. Whatever. So I need to back this out because I'm not going to be able to just twist the standoff has the mic zip tied to it, so I'm not going to be able to just sit here and twist the standoff like I did on the other ones. So let's back this out, and then we'll take this little friend here and hold him flush. And then we'll screw up into the little bastard. And then I'll only have to turn him like a tiny little bit. There we go. Actually, no, what I'll do on this screw is I'll just crank this screw really hard to wallow out the threads. That'll be fine. Alright, and then I got these handy dandy little metric carburetor wrenches, which work beautifully on these hex standoffs. Usually. But of course, tonight they're gonna be fucking jerk-offs. Come on, ass face. You're never gonna fuck with me tonight. Okay, here we go. So, just cranking the screw really hard so that it kind of eats up the, I don't know, whatever. You guys know what I mean. Might as well crank the rest of these guys down while we're in here with the carburetor wrench. Okay. So I guess the right way to do this is to crank this so that it goes tight, and then there we go. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm trying to not, on some of these I'm trying to not ruin the threads in the carbon. So I think to do that, we tighten the standoff until it's tight, and then crank the screw down, I think. So now that standoff is tight, now I can crank the screw. And I think that will maintain as much of the threading in the carbon as possible. And there we go. I think all four of those are cranked down. I did this one, right? Yeah, I did that one. Now let's crank these outer ones. And again, I really, really, really bury these because they take a ton of abuse and a ton of vibrations. All right. One more. Whew! Okay. Workout tonight. What time is it? Oh my god, it's after fucking midnight already. Well, Jesus. All we did was, I mean, Jesus. Okay, well, I'll put these on. That'll give me a little sense of achievement, I guess. Wait. Ooh, do I have a wrench for these? Will this wrench work? No way. Oh my goodness. Happy days are here again. Ooh. Oh god, it's not the right size. It's a little bit too big, but it's grabbing it just enough to get them most of the way down. Come on, man. Oh, you know what I didn't check? Oh, Christ, that's kind of close. Nah, it should be fine now. Should be okay. Whenever you're using spacers, always hold the spacer up to the bottom of the electronic component that it's going to be touching to make sure that the spacer isn't too wide and it isn't going to hit any of the components on the, in this case, ESC that it's going to be pushed up against. That's really important. You can knock components right off of PCBs by not paying attention to that. Hooray! Oh, come on, man. You're the last one. Just be cool. I know this is too big of a wrench, but you can be cool. Oh, you fart bag bastard. Really? You're gonna back the screw out from the bottom like that? You prick. Oh my god, this one's being a real dick. These little hex 5mm spacers are garbage. I don't know where I got these from. Oh my god, come on, man. Really? You're that shittily machined? Oh, nope. Wait, what? Is this the one? This is the one. Okay. Get these tightened up, and then I think I'm gonna call it for the night. I gotta build in like short spurts because it's just, I hate it so much and I get so frustrated. Alright, last one here. Alright, well, there we go. Flight, this is not a flight controller, this is an ESC. ESC is going to sit on here. I'm going to have to desolder these wires from it. I'm going to have to, I still haven't gotten the epoxy, I got to go out and grab that. No, this is great, it doesn't want to sit down. That's awesome. I'm going to have to file these holes out a little bit. Do that now real quick. Sometimes you got to file your holes, boys. Always remember to file your holes. Just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All better. Cool. So, yep, that's gonna hang out there. Next time I'll desolder these, put the little shorty XT60 back on. Get that epoxied, and yeah, we can get it wrapped up. Nyogel has been applied. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful time to be alive. These are Impulse RC diamond files. If you're ever doing an order on a website that sells Impulse RC stuff and you don't have a set of these, get yourself a set. They're really, really nice. And they're red, which is the correct color. All right, friends, thank you for hanging out. Steadfast RC says, why do some of my OSD elements go away between flights on analog? That is a good question. I've never heard of that happening before, and I can't think of a single reason why that would happen. Unless it's like video noise. But I mean, that wouldn't make just one of them go away. That's really weird, man. There's no reason for that to happen. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, that's weird, man. JT Custom Knives says, what brand drivers did you say those are? MIP, M-I-P. You'll know when you find them, because they're just stupidly expensive, but they're stupidly good, too. But with the last comment that he says, sometimes you just gotta hog it out. Ain't that the truth? Thanks for hanging out, friends. Bolt washer things, T-Rex cam, version of the frame setup. Yeah, we're good to go. See you guys on Wednesday at 8. Maybe even tomorrow. I might do a little stream tomorrow. Maybe a little FPV crate unboxing. Because I'm not hanging out with Maggie tomorrow. She's got a crazy week. So yeah, I'll have all day tomorrow to do things. I'm gonna get last week's giveaways sent out. June Logo says, what could be causing black video on takeoff? Yikes. Only thing I can think of is that the VTX is browning out. Pay attention to whether or not the OSD goes away. If the OSD doesn't go away, the problem is with the camera. If the OSD does go away, the problem is with the VTX or the OSD chip on the flight controller. Thanks for hanging out, friends. Here's some more flying from that Verizon. Oh no, here's the rest of that Verizon night flying. Join the Patreon. You'll get to see the crazy Cinewoop one take that I did in Asheville. And I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. I'll see you patrons possibly tomorrow. Happy and laid back. Sounds great. Enjoy. Love you.